Welcome everyone back to Beat the Game. My name's Steve, and today we're going to do some deck teching for Spider-Man Protection versus Zola. Now, when we first started, we saw this. A lot of people are saying like this is a crazy good challenge for Spider-Man Protection, just because of the damage output that Protection can deal, and also because of what Spider-Man does in his spare time. You know, how does he work and what can he do? So Spider-Man has these big attacks, web kicks, but when there's too many minions, he gets overrun pretty fast and then you can just die. So some of the people wanted to see what that could mean and what that could be. So what would a Spider-Man Protection deck be like? So we did a couple of decks before we were able to succeed. We tried a few different strategies. We did know that we wanted a big control strategy with an effective defense strategy. So that was the two main things that we knew we were going to go. And so the main thing that we do know is the first thing going in is Black Cat is not a card that we're going to be using in this game. Just it doesn't work. The other two cards that we're not really going to be using in this game, and this I was 100% sure on my strategy here. The webbed ups and the Black Cat. Black Cat is going to stay under the Hydra prison the entire time. I just don't need her. So she can just be there, and I don't really need her. She's that one damage, because since the Doctor has Retaliate, and the only one she's good for, anyway, Black Cat, it's just a one damage. If I was playing with somebody that playing leadership that could inspire her and you know, give her a lot of the equipments, then I would say yeah. But in solo versus Zola, it didn't make sense. So these three cards are cards that I'm like, yeah, okay, these are just resources, knowing that. Some of the cards are going to be extremely efficient, and Peter Parker's kit are his web shooters. Now, web shooters, why is that? Because one of our strategies is Nova. Nova is our big gun in this deck. So Nova is going to be the guy who's going to be lightning bolting for 2 damage every time something attacks. So these web shooters are wild resources. So these are going to be crucial to keep down. And once we have our Nova, keep these web shooters to go pew, 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 pew. And so that is like 12 damage, 3 per web, so 6 damage per web shooter. It's pretty efficient. All right. Aunt May is the other card that we definitely want to run here, because after every game, like at first in my first deck tech, I was like, I don't think I'm gonna play Aunt May, because I was super confident in my protection build, take no damage, and I quickly realized that was a big fail. There's just too many minions. It's just too intense. There's just too many minions coming in, and then trying to take no damage it's not happening. So Aunt May, we did realize pretty quickly that she belongs on the table pretty fast. The other cards that we really enjoyed for this game were the Spider Tracers. Yes, the 2 Spider Tracers they came in super handy in our games because of the threat mitigation. You know that Spider-Man, you know, he's a little thwart of 1. So being able to remove 3 threat takes care of a side scheme, you know, takes care of the main scheme, brings it back down to a normal level. So these were super useful in my kit. Now, backflips, obviously, you know, backflips are backflips. You know, you can't. There's no rhyme or reason around this. Web kicks are the ones that we really wanted to use to finish off Zola, but also get rid of these minions with those big upgrades, like those mutates that come in and then they have 7 health. Well, those web kicks are pretty much what you need to one-shot them, because once they get 1 or 2 upgrades, those minions become really mean and really tough. And the card that, you know, I thought it would be a little bit more useful, but the Enhanced Spider Sense. Yeah, it's good, but oh my god, there's so many attachments and minions that my Spider Sense it wasn't as performing as I thought it would be. But it's still a great card to have to cancel the treacheries, because there are still some treacheries in this game. So that's good. So one of the big mistakes that I made at the beginning was including 3 get behind me's. So I put 2 here because I kind of, after my first game, I kind of cut 1. I wanted to keep 2 to be like, oh wait, ultimate control. But these, I ended up cutting all of them just because, just because it's like there's not enough treacheries in this deck. So I was finding myself a lot of times just stuck with these cards, and I'm like, ugh, just using them as resources. So yeah, so these guys definitely got the cut real fast. The other cards that got the cut, and this I was a little surprised that I actually had to cut these, were the preemptive strikes. Again, I was going for a no damage strategy to stay in Peter Parker the entire time, and I also had the preemptive strike and 3 assess the situations. The preemptive strike is because the why I liked it. It's because it's a defense that deals damage. And because every time he has a boost, so if he has a boost of 3, I could do 3 damage with the Nerves of Steel for free. So there you go. So I don't take a lot of damage, and then I get to prevent that. But what I've noticed is that I was like, yeah, I was always getting like the 1 or 2 boost icons, and I was like, oh, okay. So yes, I was doing a little bit of damage without taking the retaliate because it is a defense card. So I wasn't taking any damage. So I ended up cutting, I kept 1, and then in my last couple of games, I ended up cutting them, all of them. So yeah, but because I've actually built a Spider-Man deck which uses no double resources, that uses the preemptive strikes. And so I was kind of rolling off that deck. But again, there's no perfect deck. There is no deck that is just invincible. So especially in solo, you need to find a strategy that kind of goes with what you're playing up against. All right, so those didn't really work. They would have worked fine with another one. In multiplayer, this would have been a different deck. But in solo, it didn't work. All right, and then again, I started off with 3 assess the situations, and then ended up cutting all 3 just for that. Again, that was these are again part of my no damage deck for Spider-Man with like ultimate protection, super teamwork. I've recommended this deck to a couple people that tried it against mutagen formula, and they're like, Steve, I took no damage. I always had like 6-7 cards in hand. It was just an insane build. But against Zola, I was kind of going off that, but Zola has too many minions that just come into play and they can just wreck you. So those are the kind of fail strategies, and what I've learned from those going into, like I said, it took me 4 tries. 4 tries, yeah, 4. Was it the 4? It took me 4 tries. Yeah, I think there's, yeah, because I'm looking at, I'm reshooting this because I hadn't done a video before. Because I was so confident, like, yeah, this is my strategy, blah blah blah, and all like going into it, and now I'm taking it back, and that's why I want to be honest with you. Like, when I do these videos, sometimes like, yes, I get to the point, but it's not always on the first try. Like sometimes I do have to, think about my strategy and make changes, and that is part of the living card game experience. You learn from your mistakes, and then you get better. All right, so what is the other thing we found out? We found out that we need a couple of good things here. There's a couple of support cards that were absolutely needed. And then we have always included Night Nurse. The only reason she's there because the Mind Ray. The Mind Ray card from the villain is either you stun or you're confused and he schemes or he attacks. So this just, it prevents you from being stunned. It's three uses of stun removal, which is perfect. So this is a definite, really good card. Put on the table. When you get it, when you see it, it can really help. Then there was one med team. Again, I first opted. I had 2 first aids in my build because again I was playing with no double resources, so I didn't want to. I'd rather have the first aids, but the med team came in way more handy because it's like six health removal. It's like 3 first aids packed into 1. Yes, it's cost 3, but I get to use it whenever I want. So I was trying also to limit the number of events. So the events that I do have in my deck are more meaningful, and when I get them more. The Queen Carrier, obviously, to go into the Nova strategy with feeding me the lightning resources to do that. Or also, once I have the Black Widow ally, it also is the guaranteed mental resource to cancel the bad treachery. And then the Avengers Mansion, well, just obviously for extra card draw. So those are the support cards that we put into play. And then let's look at our Honorary Avenger, our upgrades. Sorry, Honorary Avenger was the first one we wanted to play. Obviously, we want to put that on Black Widow just so we can thwart once or twice, and then just use a med team or a first aid to bring her back and just kind of use her as a 2-thwart event. In the game I won, I actually ended up putting that on Nova instead, just to keep him alive, because I thought Nova was way more valuable than Black Widow. So Honorary Avenger, just one in the deck. You don't need to have 3. Just the one of for Nova or Black Widow was just perfect. All right, and then the Endurance. This was a lifesaver, because if I hadn't played this in the first couple of games, I did not have the Endurance. I ended up putting it in the last 2 games, just because I was like, man, I keep getting super low, so that extra 3 health points really made a big difference. So yeah, the Endurance was a good call. Target acquired, because in 2 of the games, I lost all my allies, and one I lost the game because I was at 1 health to a concussive blast that deals 1 damage to everything. So once I got that the first time I got played that, I was like, yep, I had forgotten that in the first deck iteration. I was like, I forgot about that, and then I'm like, yep, let's put that in, and just let's just put that in, and then. In the game I won, I actually didn't get to use it because of the concussive blast. I saw like as boost cards right away, so I was like, okay, that's fine. So I didn't end up playing it, but again, this could have saved me a lot of grief in the previous games, and could have been the difference would I would won earlier, like on a previous iteration of the deck or not. So target acquired, definitely when you're playing against that concussive blast there, against under attack scenario, that what made a big difference. All right, and then obviously the upgrade, armored vest, electrostatic armor, and unflappable. Obviously the triumvirate for protection, especially with a high defense character like Spider-Man. This is what you want. So when you do defend, you do deal damage, you draw cards, and with the armored vest, you're pretty much guaranteed not to take damage. Especially with a villain like Zola, who only has a base attack of 2. The maximum he can get to is 5. So once you get to 4, you know you're safe. You're safe from like 90% of his attacks. All right, so there you go. So those are the 3 upgrades that they were there from the beginning. And then Nerves of Steel. Now, in retrospect, after I kept it in the deck just because I was like, at first I had so many of those events that I could use it for, so it made sense. But in the last deck iteration, and I kind of go through that at the end of the video, of like cards I would have cut out, because I ended up only keeping the 3 desperate defenses as defense events. I would have cut that out, but I'm just so used to using it as one of the only double cards in my Spider-Man no double resource decks, that this is just money. It's just so good because I'm using so many of those defense events. But in this build, it was like an extra card that I could have cut, and it wouldn't have affected the game. It's always good because it is a lightning resource, and I could have just feed it to Nova. So is it a good card? Yeah. My thought was I'm gonna put it on the table, and then this pays for all my desperate defenses in the future. But looking back, that was probably an extra card I could have just cut for pretty simply. All right, let's look at the event cards that I kept in the deck. All right, like I said, I ended up running only the 3 desperate defenses, because at first I was running the 3 desperate defenses, the 3 preemptive strikes, the 3 get behind me's, the 3 what's it called? Assess the situation. So I did have like these really big turns with like 7-8 cards in hands, but what I did realize after that is, man, I have nothing to do on my turn. Like I was doing everything. So that was a great strategy for if you're playing multiplayer. That kind of build for multiplayer would have been way, way better. But in solo play, this was just not working. Because in the multiplayers, I can actually use these cards to defend for more people. I use them more control with the take them downs to stun the villain. So he attacks me, and then I block and stun him so he doesn't attack my friends. So it's like this super cool control aspect that you can do while having these perfect defenses, readying up, perfect defense, do some damage, so many good things that you can do. But again, with this scenario in solo, this was not the best option. So that's why I cut out all of the other events except for Desperate Defense, and I only kept one first aid just to help with the healing for the allies. All right, let's look at the resources. The allies, and this is where I think I went a little overboard on allies here. So on the allies, I did go with pretty much every gray ally out there. So in retrospect, Ironheart didn't really need to be there. I could have cut her out. I probably could have cut Mockingbird as well, just to bring my deck closer to 40 cards. But Mockingbird, you don't stun the villain with this, because you do want that, especially if you're playing Spider-Man. If you were to play another character, then Spider-Man, then I would say, use her to just stun the guy. But with Spider-Man, that's why I'm not playing those webbed ups. I'm not playing those cards that stun the boss, because I want to get attacked. I want that extra card draw from the attacks. I want the perfect defense and stuff like that. So for me, that extra card means more than taking an attack. So this was mostly used just to stun the minions, and which is what is good. Stun a minion. I don't want that big minion with a 3 attack to attack me, so I just use Mockingbird to stun that. So that is good. I kept her in. I brought her in the later iterations. Same thing for Spider-Man and Nick Fury. I ended up adding these 3 allies when I cut up the assess the situations and the preemptive strikes. I ended up adding a couple more allies as well as Ironheart. I'm like, okay, so I can still draw the cards from the Spider Sense and just use allies as chump blockers, and then use them to thwart for 2 or attack for 2. So these kind of made sense. More friends on the table, but again, because I had a limit of 3, it's like, okay, I have to have a revolving door of these people back to back. So so in retrospect, I think I would have cut Mockingbird and Ironheart out of the deck, just to again make it a little bit tighter. But everyone else, Heimdall, War Machine, Lockjaw, Nick Fury, and Spider-Man, definitely, and anyone that can thwart for 2 in this deck is crucial. So all of these guys are revolving doors. You're not keeping them on the table. There's only 2 allies that you want to keep on the table, and those are the 2 protection allies that we are playing. It's Nova and Black Widow. Again, Nova is our big gun. He's the one that you want to feed all the lightning resources to, just for that constant 2 damage that just comes in and slow grinds the boss. And Black Widow, again, for the control element, okay, no, I don't want Shadow of the Past. Oh, no, I don't want this. I don't want this minion. Instead, I'll get something else. So that level of control was just beautiful. We didn't get to see it in the game that I actually won, but in the other games, it made a lot of sense, and it actually saved me a bunch of times. But in the end, I obviously lost, but it saved me a couple turns where I was like, wow, okay, that was good. And that's when I knew I was on the right track with the control aspect. I was just a little bit short with the damage and everything that. So I was just trying to figure out where I was at. And then mostly, yes, the allies are great. And when I got my build, the allies gave me the time to build more, and then eventually be able to just come up and close the game. So again, Nova and Black Widow, mostly for control. And then the resource cards, we were running the 3 double resources and the 2 powers of us. Obviously, as you saw, all of the gray allies, everything that I had that was gray was 3, 4. So all the cards were paid for with the power in all of us. They were super important. And then 5 double resources in our deck was just the right amount to be able to play these big cards. You'll see it in the game. Turn 1 Heimdall for 2 cards. It's just powered us. I think it's a genius or energy. So for 4 and the genius resource I have 5, boom, done. So Heimdall for 2 cards is just money. All right, so there you go. So that is the deck strategy that I used. Again, it took a few times. It took some adapting, but I finally got to where I really liked it. And again, the other times that I didn't win, in the first couple iterations, I learned a lot. I'm like, this is what I'm missing. This is what's not working for this build. So how do I make this work for this character? And then again, switched a couple things up, and then boom, was able to do the deck and make it solid, and then make sure that it fits, and was able to do it. So I did actually, the game I won, I was super happy, and then I played again. I won a second time, came really close to losing again, but I was able to keep that threat down. Black Widow saved it again, and then I'll probably play another game just to make sure that it can be really consistent on what it is. But again, you'll see how I was played out. You'll see the decisions I made, and you'll figure it out. Again, there's times that you have to risk going down to alter ego, and then be safe. So anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this deck tech for Spider-Man versus Zola Protection. Again, these are the choices I made, and there's a couple choices I would make differently, but I think right now where the deck is at. In the next games, I did take out Mockingbird, and I did take out Ironheart, and it was even better because and the Nerves of Steel was out, so I did have a 40 card deck that was super tight. So that was super good. All right, so it was even better than the next time when I played it. All right, so there you go. And if you want to cut something else, let's say you don't like allies, you can cut something else and add, let's say, one of those. The only thing I would add aside from that, maybe you know what, enhanced reflex. If I was gonna cut something and add something else, I would probably add an enhanced reflex just so you're tight, and then you have more options for Nova to just do those lightning bolts. But Nova is key. Nova is key. All right, I won't say it enough. Nova is key. He needs to stay on the board the whole game. All right, so guys, that was it. And then enjoy the game. So the game is coming up in just a few seconds. So guys, hope this strategy helps you, because it helped me beat the game. All right, it's time to do this strategy one more time. Super unlucky here with the last game. Man. We were at one web kick away, and we had it in hand, and we lost to the double advance. Well, I had to risk to go to alter ego because I was at one health, so I had to get Aunt May to heal me. So, and then gets the mind ray, and I'm like, ah, come on, dude. So that was unfortunate. Whatever. What can you do? All right, let's try this again. So far, the strategy is kind of working. So let's see what we get. I think it all depends on like what we can get to put down and how fast we can put it down. All right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oh my God, Heimdall turn 1. All right, and we get to play Heimdall for free. All right, we are gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and our genie. We're not even looking for anything else. Look at the top 3 cards. 1, 2, and 3. Let's discard this +3. He's going to deal 1 damage to everything, which don't really care. Yeah, let's just get rid of this because none of these cards are going to pop up anyway. Because Heimdall is going to remove the test subjects. And then I got to find a minion. Just not as Zola's mutate. Just give me the... Yes! The Berserker one. That's the best one to get. Alright. Then we're going to use our thing to play a web shooter with 3. And then we're going to go 2 and use a web shooter to play electrostatic armor. And we're going to punch this guy for 2. And Zola is not tough when he starts. That was last game. Steve, get your hand out of your butt. And then he took 1. All right. So Heimdall, web shooter, and electrostatic armor as a turn 1 is pretty sweet. And then we get extra health. All right, let's see what we can do with all these nice cards here. All right, first things first. 1 threat, 1 mutate counter. Zola initiates an attack. Spider sense. I think we're just... Are we starting to... No, we're going to... Yeah, we're going to take the first hit. He's attacking for place a test subject counter. So he's attacking us for 2. We'll go down to 8. We'll defend this clown and kill him. When we retaliate, we'll take 1 from this guy. The counter card is Mind Ray. Oh, man. We're stunned. And we take 3 damage. Down to 4. Alright, well, you're annoying. Alright, so let's... now I know we're going to play our Night Nurse. Heal for 1. Go up to 5. Alright, that works. I think we're going to go 1, 2. So we have a web kick and a Spider-Man. I think we're just... Maybe we keep our web kick. Yeah, I think we'll just keep our web kick and play Endurance and Armored Vest. So we're going to go up to 8. And then we have our Armored Vest. And then Heimdall ain't going to do nothing. Alright. We'll keep that web kick just in case we need it. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Now what's good about this is we have a counter spell and we have Nova, which is Nova is the key to this game. Nova is going to win us the game because Nova just goes Lightning Blast. Those web shooters can feed him. When I find my Queen Carrier, that's like 2 damage every time the villain attacks. So 1 threat, 1 of these. So we got to find a mutant. Wants to attack us for 2. Oh, man, all right, we'll just take 2. See, with Nova there, I zap him, defend, kill him. And then he doesn't attack again. Alright, so now Zola wants to attack. Triggers my Spider Sense. And we have no defense events again, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, we'll defend for 4. Yeah, let's defend for 4. And shuffle this guy back in, so we took no damage. And then we take 3, we're down to 3. He took 1 from my defense. And we do have a Spidey Sense. Alright, so hopefully it's a card we can counter. Nope, it's got to be a stupid mutate with a crazy big upgrade. Of course it is. Alright, so what do we do here, Steve? Definitely need to play Nova. Alright, so we can punch here for 3. So 3 out of 7. 5 out of 7, and then Nova just kills him. I think that's the plan here. Alright. So 2. I don't think I'm going to keep my web kick. And I don't think I need to keep Ironheart. Wait, if I go 2 for Ironheart and draw another card, I get a Tracer. But this way I get 1, 2, 3, 4. I also get Nova. Alright, so I'll kill everything else and get Nova out. And then Heimdall punches for 3. Nova punches for 2, so that is 5 out of 7, which is good because then he's going to go away. And then she's going to punch this guy for 1. Alright, so everyone did their stuff. Maybe I'll get a first aid and I can heal my guy. And I needed all the cards in my hand, unless, yeah, I want to keep I don't want to keep the Nerves of Steel, I don't need it. Alright. Okay, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, well, that is good, because a backflip will help, and a med team will help. Because I can keep keeping Tret under control. Alright, so 1 threat, 1 mutant counter. Zola wants to attack, triggers my Spider Sense, and he's going to attack, Are we using this for now? Oh man. So inside of my spider tracer, so I can only take care of one of these. I'm at 3 health. Alright, how are we playing this, Steve? Alright, Zola's attacking for 5. We're gonna backflip out of there. Alright. This guy wants to attack, initiate, zzz, lightning bolt from Nova, takes him out. And then this mutate wants to attack, zzz, lightning bolt takes him out. Alright. Down to 2 because we'll take 1 from this guy. And then, yeah, and then we go, I can't play both. I really wanted to play that med team. Alright, looks like I can't. There is no med teams for you, Steve. And counter card is defensive programming. Alright, whatever. Easy enough. You can kind of kill him in a minute. Oh, man. Alright, what do we do, Steve? I could go down and just play some stuff. Mech team, and then keep some people alive. Alright, let's see what we can do. Let's thwart for... No, wait. Let's thwart for 1 with Spider-Man first. And then let's see if we can... Yeah, we're going to flip down. We're going to play our med team with our web shooter and a target acquired. And then we're going to heal him for 2. So he's going to go back to 1. And then we're going to thwart for 2, bring that down to 0. And that is that. And then we'll keep our Queen Carrier for next turn. And maybe we get Aunt May. And then things, go better for us. All right, there's no threat on the main. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No Aunt May, but nice. We might just have to recover. 1 threat. 1 dingamagigger. Scheming for 4, so that is 5, plus 1 is 6. So that is going to go away. I have to search for a mutate. So I'm going to put the ones that don't scheme. Now I flip this. That starts at 1. That's unfortunate. Alright, show me the mind rate that I am confused. No, another biosurvey. Alright, so... Alright, I have to recover. Go up to 5. Alright, what are we doing here? One, 2, 3, and 1 for 4 for an Avengers Mansion. No, don't keep Black Widow yet. Draw a card. Nick Fury. Son of a gun. Nick Fury for an unflappable. I'll see him next turn. Alright, we're still, well, at least we're building. We have a defense of 4. I don't have that target acquired. I've seen no concussive blast, 1 concussive blast. So I got to be careful here. So I'm going to keep. Actually, I'm going to punch for 2. Punch for 2 with Nova, and then I'll heal Nova back to full strength. And I'll do 2 damage on this Berserker mutate. And then my med team is down. And then I'll keep that Queen Carrier. Alright, well at least... Alright, 2, 4, and 5. Alright, so we got some stuff going on. We have some semblance of normality. Alright. Because he's hitting for 2, so I got to be careful here. Alright, so 1 threat, 1 of these, triggers my Spider Sense when he attacks. There's Aunt May. A little day late and a buck short, lady. We're just going to put Iron Fart in front of there, and he's going to attack for 4. Alright, and then we are going to use our Webbed Up for a Desperate Defense here. So we're going to defend perfectly, trigger, draw a card, kills this guy, and then ready up. Both these guys want to attack. How do we play this, Steve? How do we play this? Super frustrating. These guys. All right, I'm gonna defend this guy. He's attacking for 2. I have a defense of 4. Retaliate for 1. I'll take 1. Go down to 4. And counter card is Insight 1 and place a test subject counter. All right. So that is at 2 now. And this is at 3. All right. Let's draw a card. Web kick. All right. First things first. 1, 2, and 3 for a Queen Carrier. Queen Carrier. Queen Carrier into an Aunt May. All right, man. I got everything on the table here. All right. All I'm missing is a kitchen sink. All right. Heimdall will thwart for 2 and bring that down to 1. And he'll take 1, and then I'm going to hit this guy for 2. And then when he attacks, I can lightning bolt. And I have a web kick. All right. All right. Come on, Spidey Man. 2, 4, and 5. All right, so 2 web kicks, Honorary Avenger. All right, let's see what we get. All right, first things first, 1 threat. Let's find another dodo. He's coming in. All right. Zola wants to attack. Triggers my Spider Sense. Draw a card. All right. All right. Let's. We don't have any lightnings in hand, which is kind of unfortunate. What do we do? We're at 5 health. Jesus. What do we do? 5 health. All right. We do have to block some of these clowns. Alright, so we're going to lightning strike this guy. He's going to be down to 4. I'm going to oh wait, I have to decide what's happening with Zola. Yeah, sorry. Zola's attacking first. Come on, Steve. Zola's attacking. I got to defend Zola. I'm going to defend Zola for 4. He's attacking for 2 and getting a tough. So perfect defense. Trigger. Draw another card. Alright. Oh, this is the problem. This is the problem. Now I'm Alright. Oh, man. Why didn't I heal? Oh, I did heal. This is supposed to be gone. Oh, Steve, you're a moron. Yeah. So I would take 2. Alright, this is how I have to do this. Alright. So I'm going to take 3 damage, go down to 1. Heimdall is going to block 2. And counter card is Concussive Blasters. Alright. Oh, yeah. So when he attacked, we did still do that 2 damage there. All right, let's draw another card. Power Within Us. All right. All right. I have to flip down. right. Man, we're at 1 out of 14 health. It's not good. Okay. What do we do here? We got some web kicks. All right. Some first aids. All right. First things first, we're going to punch for 2, get rid of this guy because he's got 6 on him. That goes away. Then we are going to flip to alter ego. Heal for 4 goes up to 5. Use power within us and an enhanced Spidey sense that we can't use to play War Machine, and he's going to thwart for 2 and lose his tough. So we have 3 allies here. And then what can we build? We're going to use a web kick to play a first aid on our friend Nova. So we definitely don't want to lose Nova. And I think we're just going to get rid of Mockingbird. And he's down. So 1, 2, 4. Alright, there's nothing I can do about this. It's do or die. And we'll see Black Widow in a minute, so hopefully keep that honorary Avenger. Maybe I should have just played it on Nova. Yeah. Oh, man. Why didn't I keep it? Alright, I'm a dummy. I would have played that on Nova. Makes more sense. Alright. I would have played it before I flipped down and blah blah blah. Alright. And I'm just keeping this, discarding this. Alright. So we got our 3 allies. Alright. Come on. So 2, 4, 5, and 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Alright. His attacks don't really bother me, but 1, not a 3. Yes! So 3, 4, 5 out of 8. Advanced defensive programming. Alright, cool. Advanced ultimate bioservant. Alright. Man, these guys are annoying. Let's draw a card. Spider-Man. Alright. Aunt May heals us up for 9. Alright, what do we do here? Alright, Heimdall's going to punch for 3 on this guy. And Heimdall's out. Genius. And our Genius is going to play Spider-Man for +2 attack. Attacking for 4, getting rid of this guy. And then he takes 1. Alright. We are going to flip to Spidey-Man. And then we're going to keep this. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Wait. We're going to exhaust with a desperate defense on this to get rid of the concussive blasters. And then we're going to go 1, 2, 3 with Lockjaw for a web kick. And punch him for 5. So 13 minus 8. I forget how much that is, but it should be enough. 13 minus 8 is 5. And then we take a retaliate. We're down to 8. War Machine is going to thwart for 2 because we don't want to lose the game. So that's going to go down to 3. He's going to take 1. And Nova is going to work a tough off one of these clowns. Alright. So we only have our 3 allies in front of us. Spider-Man, this. Alright. Alright, let's draw some cards. 2, 4, and 5. Haha, there is Miss Widow. Alright. So Widow's one that we definitely want to keep on the table. And then we'll just use War Machine to get the job done. Alright, first things first. 1 threat. one of these clowns. Alright, so many dudes coming in. Alright, triggers my spider sense to draw a card. Oh man, that's good. Alright, and then he wants to attack. He's attacking for 2. We are going to defend for 4. And he's attacking for 3. So perfect defense. Retaliate. He's down to 4. And sorry, lightning strike him. He's down to 2. I can't forget these lightning strikes. And perfect defense. Draw a card, which is another spider tracer. And then we take 2 from these guys down to 6. And then encounter card is a pain inhibitors on one of these guys. All right. Draw a card, which is a double resource. All right. Yes. All right. So, all right, we need to do some stuff here. All right, so we'll use a spider tracer to play a spider tracer on this guy. We're going to use Spider-Man to punch for 2. We're going to use War Machine to punch for 2. So that is 4 out of 6. War Machine has retaliate, so he doesn't take anything. We are going to use 1, 2, 3, 4 to bring a Lockjaw from the bin, and Lockjaw is going to punch for 2, so he'll take 2 damage. So he had 6, he's out, remove 3 threats. That is now down to 1. I'm going to go... Nova is going to remove 1 threat. He takes another hit. We are going to flip down, recover for 4, go to 10. Use our genius to play a med team, which is going to heal Nova back to full strength. And then I'm going to keep Black Widow. I think at this point Black Widow is irrelevant. I'm just going to play a web shooter. Actually, is she irrelevant? She might still be really relevant. Shadows of the Past, is it there? Tell me I saw my no! Alright. And this is where you know you made a mistake, because Shadows of the Past is coming this turn. Ugh. I'm going to keep these. I'm keeping this just in case I'm lucky enough that Shadow of the Past doesn't come out. But I have a feeling it is. Alright, so 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. 2 backflips, man. Dang, that's garbage right now. 1, I can't remember. Oh yeah, it's 3, so I gotta discard. And oh, sweet. Oh, and it was coming too. Oh man, I so called it. I so called it too. Alright, perfect. This guy. So he's scheming for 4, 5, and it's going up to 6. And Zola's mutate, which is going to look for nothing, but does place an acceleration. Alright. So all those bad cards are now into it with us. Alright. He's down to 2. Alright. All the bad cards are back. Alright. Alright, Aunt May makes some soup, brings me up to 13 to this. I'm going to draw a card, which is an enhanced Spidey Sense, which we do not need. We are going to play a web shooter with 3 resources. Alright, this is where it's hot. This is where it happens here. 1, 2, 3. We're going to use a med team to heal War Machine. War Machine is going to attack for 2 into Zola, and Zola is going to flip. When Zola slid, each player searches the encounter deck and discard fire for a minion and reveals it. Alright, so and then he has 16 health. Alright, that's 2 web kicks away. Unfortunately, we do not have any web kicks. But we really hope that we're going to find them. So we're going to go find another one of these guys to take care of that. Alright, Lockjaw is going to thwart for 2, bring that down to 4. And he's going to go in the discard pile. And then I think we're just going to run our Widow. So he's been used. Okay, let's try to kill a couple of these clowns that are annoying. Alright, what are we doing here? Alright, we're going to use one for another web shooter. Now the web shooters here are just going to be helping our friend Nova just zap these clowns one after another. Bzz, bzz. Okay. And then we have Desperate Defense. And alright, so we're going to go into hero mode. Spidey's going to punch for 2 on this guy. Nova's going to punch for 2 on this guy. And we got 2 backflips and a Spidey sense. I think what we're going to do is we're going to use web and a backflip to play Widow. And Widow is going to do 1 damage on this guy. Alright. So I can take care of like 3 minions on my turn. Alright, cool. And that's all done. I'm going to keep my Spider Sense, backflip, and my Desperate Defense. Alright. And then all I need is my web kicks, and then we are good to go, and we are winning this game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, there's 1. That's all we need. We only need 2. Do we have the other one in the deck? So 1, 2. All right. So we don't have all the other ones, but whatever. We do have a good shot here at making this. All right. So this is going to go to 6. We're going to place an experimental counter here. Zola wants to initiate an attack against us, so we are going to trigger our Spider Sense to draw a card. All right. We are going to use target acquired for a Desperate Defense. We have a defense of 6. Zola's attacking for 4. So we take no damage. Ready up. Deal 1 damage to Zola. 15. Draw a card, which is a webbed up. Alright. Mutate. Tracer. Zap. Both of them die as soon as they initiate their attacks. Zola's Mutate wants to attack us. We're going to zap him for 2. And then we're going to defend with a Desperate Defense. And then, so he's attacking, and then we're going to kill him too. And then we're going to take 1 from this guy. And then we're going to keep his tough up. And then on counter card is Concussive Blasters, which we are going to pay backflip for an enhanced Spider Sense. So we don't have to deal with that. Alright, cool. But I only have 1 card left. Draw a card. Sense of Justice. Alright, we can't do anything with that. So we are going to take a couple of encounter cards here. Alright, we're going to punch. Or we might have to thwart here. We're going to thwart for 3. Punch for 2. So he's down to 13. We take a retaliate. And we thwart for 3. So 1, 2, and 1 is 3. So 6 is going to go down to 3. Alright. We still haven't seen Shadow of the Past. We still haven't seen all the really nasty stuff. Oh, we do have a med team that we're going to heal War Machine back to full strength. Alright. 2. There's Nick Fury. Alright, Nick Fury. That is 6 damage plus 8 is 14. Alright. All we need to do is play Nick Fury and we win. So whatever happens here, we just don't care. Unless it's Shadow of the Past, we don't care, and we win the game on our turn. And there we go, man. That's going to be Spider-Man Protection versus Expert Zola. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we have the double resource. Yeah, we're winning. Alright, this is going up to 5. Placing dude counter. He wants to initiate an attack against me, which is fine. I'm just going to take it. 2 plus 3 is 5. I don't care. I'm going to go down to 6. I am going to defend. And remove his tough. Perfect defense. Draw a card. There's the other web kick. Alright, so I have 2 web kicks. And then encounter card 1 is defensive programming. Jerk. And concussive blasters. Draw a card. Ironheart. Alright, so we're going to go War Machine punches for 2 on this guy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nick Fury, 4 damage. Kills this guy. Oh, he's got retaliate 2. Oh, man. Nick Fury, thwarts for 2. Brings that down to 3. He's such a jerk. Alright, and then we're going to go Quinn Carrier, 1, 2, 3, web kick for 8. So 13 minus 8 brings him down to 5. I take 2 retaliate, I'm down to 4. I think Roddy took 1. And then initiates an attack, zap him, and then I think we're good. Alright, we should be good here. Oh no, because I have too many allies yet. Dougie. Alright, War Machine dies. Oh, that was stupid. Count your allies, Steve. Count your allies. Moron. Alright, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And we have a backflip. Alright, he's definitely dead here. Oh no, because I get another minion. Oh. Alright. Man, that goes up to 5. Get a minion. Which one is it? Just any minion. Any minion will do. Come on, minions. Hello, minions. Dude, look at this. Alright, that's insane. Oh, alright, there you go. I went through like 15 cards before finding 1 minion. Alright, he wants to attack. Triggers my Spider Sense. He's attacking into Nick Fury. Lightning Bolt him. He's down to 3. And then he's attacking for an advance, which is great because I didn't want to deal with that. I am going to defend. Perfect defense. Draw a card. He loses his. And counter card is Zola's Mutate. Oh, are you kidding me with these defensive programmings? I can't seem to get there. That's so frustrating. Alright. Oh, man. Alright. And a backflip. Spider-Man and a backflip. And then he's going to get +4. So he's going to punch for 4 in this guy. And then Nova is going to punch for 2. So that is 6 out of 7. Black Widow is going to bite it and kill him. And then we finish this game with a super mega power up web kick. Peace. Kill him. There you go. Zola, so frustrating, man. This took us like 4 tries. It was tough. So yeah, this was not an easy battle. Obviously the strategy finally worked. And again, this is just timing of like either you get swamped with minions. This is not a scenario I would recommend for Spider-Man Protection. If you want to see if it could be done, well, there you go. Here's your answer. It got done. But oh my God, was this complicated? Look at all the stuff I had on the table. But I think if I would have concentrated maybe a little bit more on my web kicks faster earlier, I think I could have got through there maybe a little bit faster. In retrospect, those web kicks on him is pretty simple, especially if I don't have any guards. Those servants don't have guards, so yeah, man. And then Nova, key to victory is Nova. Lightning. Use those web shooters to like feed that in the Quinn carrier. Like that's 6 damage every turn, and you can do like at the end like that's 3, 6, that's 12. That's like 6, 12. That's a lot of damage, man. Coming from Nova's little lightning attack, man, that's so good. I was debating on putting 3 enhanced reflexes just to keep that going, but I think my deck is already like at 42, 43 cards, and I really wanted to limit that. I think maybe I'd get rid of like Ironheart, Heimdall. I like if I'm gonna just nitpick my deck a little bit. I think maybe I had 1 or 2 many allies. I could have gotten rid of Ironheart. Yeah. Mockingbird. I actually like Mockingbird to stun like the minions, not the boss, because I want to draw cards. But let's see how many cards we had. I can't remember how many cards we had in the deck. But no, this is man. I'm gonna review because it's getting a little late, so I probably made a mistake somewhere. I probably forgot something. So, and then Black Cat. So let's say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40, 42, 43, 44. Yeah, so 44 cards. I think like what I would do is definitely get rid of Ironheart. But having a few allies there, man, it's actually not bad. But at one point when you have too many allies and you can't even keep track of them, that's bad. Yeah, I think we'll just remove Ironheart. Like I said, Black Cat, I don't care for her. She doesn't belong in this deck, so she can be in the Hydra prison forever. And then every time you get Master Plan, it just goes up and you don't care. So instead of getting a new side scheme that you really don't want. Yeah, target acquired. We were lucky enough that we didn't see those concussive blasts. We only saw it once and we canceled it, so we're like, nope. Anything else I would remove from this deck? Yeah, probably Nerves of Steel, because like I said, I only have the 3 desperate defenses, so I think, yeah, I don't think in my mind, it's just like, once it's on the table, I can do my desperate defenses for free. So, do I like it? Yeah, but I think against this scenario, just the desperate defenses are just good enough, and I don't actually need that. So 2, 4, yeah. I think that would be like 41 cards. Yeah, that first aid I would keep for sure. And those powers of, yeah, definitely powers of, all the double resources. But I didn't have any powers of protection in the deck, because I didn't have that many green cards. I only have Nova and Black Widow, and those 2 I can't, and the Med Team, yeah. So 3 cards. Thankfully 4 cards with that, but yeah. All right, guys. So that was the deck build. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully if you try this deck, it didn't work the first time, didn't work the second time. It came close, like I said, it comes close. But at one point, it's either I took too much damage, or I got swarmed, or I just got double advanced. What can you do? All right, but there you go. But the deck the build was working the way it was intended. All the games that I played, my setup was like really working. Like take some damage with Spider-Man. Don't care. Block, 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 and just try to block as much as you can, and then draw cards off the blocks. That's it. And then try to do and build until you are Nova's out, and then Nova deals the damage. All right, guys. I hope this helped you beat the game. Ciao, ciao.